Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matty. I am your host at Comics. Thank you so much for joining me on the replay, as no one is in the room watching live quite yet, but they usually stream in a little bit later. Thank you guys so much. I am doing a quick unboxing today to get through my mail. I was away for another weekend, and then the mail tends to pile up. This box here is from a consignment friend of mine. So we're going to see what he has for sale for you guys. And then we've got some random sales and random purchases in here, including the El Muerte Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #6, hopefully. And this here is a 3-book CBCS modern unboxing. So we're going to get to it right now. Arthur. That's me. All right, welcome everybody. How's it going, Davey and Johnny? Two of my best comic buddies in the house. Cheers to you guys. Doing a little early for ginger beer, but we'll allow it. 5:18 in the PM for me. Welcome, 3 people in the room. What do you guys want to start with here? We can do the commission books, the random. Let's start with some random shite. Then oops. Love live YouTube. Davey, you got to try this. It's all the rage. It's really fun. You just throw shit around and you don't get to edit anything out. It's great. Don't even give yourself the option. You know what I mean? All right. So got this in today from VG slabs. The slabs went from 9/8 to 4.5s inside their holders. This is a package from Frankie's Comics. Shout out to Frankie's Comics. Right now, Frankie's, for whatever it's worth, is doing a raffle, sort of like a, I don't even know what to call it, a sweepstakes. They're calling it a sweepstakes, where they're giving away an Ultimate Fallout 4 Jurjevic, Sienkiewicz. They're giving away a Jurjevic 9.8. That's like a $30,000 book. They're giving it away. I don't work for Frankie's. I'm just letting you know. I will be buying things from Frankie's in order to throw my hat in the ring. I mean, I wouldn't mind having that book. These purchases from Frankie's don't count, unfortunately. I think there's like 25 more days to make purchases from Frankie's. To get, it's like every dollar spent is sort of like casting your name in the hat or whatever for to win that $30,000 book. So that's big money. That's the kind of money that you want to buy a lot of lottery tickets for, if you know what I mean. To have that Jurjevic. So anyway, these purchases from Frankie's came before the sweepstakes began, but I'll probably buy one of those big overstock boxes from them just to spend a bunch of money with them and get a good deal on stuff I can resell. They're offering like a 300, it's 100 book overstock box for like $300, 300 and something, 350 maybe. So that means each book I'll be in like 350 on each book, and hopefully there'll be some of the good ones. It's all random, apparently, what they put in there. And just from my one anecdotal experience of buying like sort of a mystery bundle from Frankie's, I bought it at a con. The owner of Frankie's looked very tired and over his job, but he was there at the table, and I got one of his mystery little boxes, like maybe like 8 books. And it was well worth it. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll get 100 books and hopefully do okay and maybe get a chance to win the Jurjevic. So that is my hope. That is my plan. So I got 3 sets here of Something is Killing the Children #21. This is the Adam Hughes variant. That's a pretty nice Hughes. That's the trade dress. And that's the trade dress. Backwards, Matt. This is the Virgin. Bloody Virgin. Oh, that sounds bad. Adam Hughes, issue 21, I believe it is. Unless it's a 22. 21. 21 it is. 21 today. That's what my friends and I used to say when we walked into a bar when we were like 24, 25. 21 today! Like, try to get a bunch of free drinks, like claiming it was our 21st birthday. It's really charming, cute. Anyway, issue 21 from Adam Hughes. Thank you, Frankie's Comics. Okay. Next up, we got something from Rick in North Carolina. Let's see. This might be the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Let's see. Now, quick story about the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, guys. As many of you know, unless you're living under a rock, there's a new character on the scene, El Muerte. And he's like a Mexican wrestler character with like a magical mask or something like that. And is this going to be the El Muerte? I don't think so. This looks like 3 books, maybe. But quick story about that. I was hanging out with Davey Davinger out in Tacoma land, Seattle land, Tacoma. And we were eating a lovely Mexican dinner. This is it. This is it. Oh, right. So it was a set of issue 5, 6, and 7. So we were eating dinner, fittingly, at a Mexican restaurant, as it's a Mexican wrestler. There he is. And I got a Twitter alert. Hot tip for you guys, you 3 watching out there. Subscribe to all those Twitter Hollywood trades, i.e., what are they? Like Deadline, I think, was the one that reported this. There's a few others. Backstage. Can't remember right now. Deadline, maybe like Access Hollywood Reporter. That's definitely one. Subscribe to all those on Twitter and get alerts, because that's where Key Collector gets all of their information from. Hot tip. Hot tip. It's not all their information, but I would guess that probably 75% Variety, Hollywood Reporter. Yes, Davey. Yes. Good student. Dave's like in the classroom, like, I have the answer. Yes, David. Yes. Thank you, David. You can put your hand down now. Thank you, David. Just kidding, Davey. Love you. And so yeah, subscribe to all those things, because that's where Nick from Key Collector gets his information. Unless they have like insider, sometimes they get tips from people, like person to person tips. But I'm telling you, ever since I started subscribing to these entertainment trades, I see these alerts come in, and then at the earliest 5 minutes later, that's how quick Nick is at updating a Key Collector alert. After he sees the tweet, he sees it and he goes, here's the post, pulls in the graphics, gets it up within 5 minutes. But you, my friend, with those Twitter hacks or whatever, you get the jump on all those eBay listings if you want. So that's what I do, guys. Now, shall we? So anyway, I was sitting with Davey. I saw this alert, and I was like, this is a weird one. El Muerte, Bad Bunny. That's a big artist. This seems like a big deal. And in this case, this came late enough at night. I think it was like 8 o'clock Pacific time. So like Nick wasn't making the alert until the next morning. That's why everyone slept on it so long, because the Key Collector alert didn't happen until the next morning. And then there was just massive FOMO, huge, massive FOMO. So I found a couple copies of this thing. Oh, wow, guys. Okay, now I have a quandary on my hands. This was advertised as near mint. And one of the reasons that it didn't get bought up really quickly was because it was a lot of 5, 6, and 7. The listing had this picture on the front. So issue 5 is a nothing book. Not for nothing, issue 6 and 7 weren't even in the Key Collector app. That was how much of a nothing book this was. I was talking to Dave, and I was like, is this in the app? Can you confirm that this is this character's first appearance? Is this what it is? And Dave's like looking at me like, why are you even bothering with this bullshit? This like modern you know, garbage. Anyway, guys, this looks like a 9.8 candidate. It has one light spine tick right here. And this was one of the things I was really curious about this book, because I went hunting for this book in the wild, found like 3 copies of it, and they were all ticked up, you know, because it's been a $1, $2 book forever since it came out, not even sort of listed as a key anywhere. You know what I mean? So now I have a quandary on my hands. Do I want to grade this thing? Because I have a feeling it's not going to be a lot of nice copies to grade of this thing. So we will see. So Dave doesn't hate the playa, but he was a little bit like, don't bother me with your key collector BS while we're eating the fancy Mexican. But I was sort of eBay hunting for a little bit, and I pulled in this copy. So I feel happy that I got this, because I've sold out of my other ones. I've actually given them away as top bidder prizes and sold one other. And then here's the issue 7, which is the key appearance of his opponent, the only other character and the only other appearance of this character that matters. So I've got the set. They are in really high grade, and I'm going to think about grading them. I mean, what do I have to lose? I think this whole set was like $15. And now it's like $100+ book in high grade. So maybe I grade it. Maybe I get a quick turnaround time. See what happens. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I should just turn them around and get cash for them, or send them in to be graded. Okay, let's open 2 more things, then we will do the CBCS. All right, this one is from Curtis in Montana. So yeah, it was just interesting to see, you know, when that kind of spec thing hits, and I got to use my little Twitter secret in real time while sitting with Dave's a master hunter of comics in the wild, whereas I'm like kind of good at like looking at Twitter posts and sniping things off eBay. That's pretty much where my skill set is at right now. All right, let's see. Nice pull tabs here. Well packed. What are we going to get? I don't know. It's a single book, and it is. Oh, cool. Forgot that I ordered this. This is a Star Wars Jabba the Hutt #1 second print. That's a dope. If you like this this character, that's a really cool design variant. That's a second printing on Jabba the Hutt #1. Looks to be in nice shape. Cool. It's a cool book. I'll probably hold on to that for a while, maybe see if I want to grade it, etc., etc. This one's from John in Indiana. Now this one, I think now that I've narrowed it down, I think I know what this is going to be. This is a book, you guys, that I buy whenever I can. Dave says you also know other things like how to shoot video, how to be, heart. Thanks, Dave. I guess I know a thing or two. Shucks. Yep, there it is. See, guys, Scud #1. You guys know this book? You guys know how much I love this book? I have it on the wall back there, but it's behind this thing. But I have it on the wall in a 9.6. I did get a 9.8 grade on this one time in the past. I would like to repeat that sometime in the future, because I traded my 9.8 for a 9.6 plus some other shit, some cash, and got a good deal trading out my 9.8. I didn't really think I deserved the grade when I graded at 9.8. It's one of those gift grades I got from CGC. And the 9.6 looks like a better copy, so I'm kind of happy with that. But I love this book, Scud #1. It's from 1994, Fireman Press, super low print, by, what's his name? Dave, what's his name? Mike Schrab? Rob Schrab. Not everybody's named Dave, just that guy in the chat over there. And a few other people. Here it is. So whenever I see a nice looking copy for under $100 or so, I buy it. And this looks like a nice one, guys. You know what's the killer on this one? On Scud #1? First of all, Rob Schrab signed like every freaking copy of this book. And it like, you know, I like a signed book about as much as the next guy, maybe a little less. Maybe about the, I don't know. I feel like the opinions on signed book, it totally depends on the book, right? Opinions on signed books vary, but in this case, I want it clean because Rob seems to have signed every living copy of this thing. And also, the condition on these just really suffers. If my childhood copy is any example, they're just really hard to keep in high grade. Guys, I think we got a good candidate. Now, this was described in the eBay listing as near mint minus. You gotta love conservative eBay listings. Look at this thing. This is the toughest back cover. You can see some fingerprints on there. That we should be able to clean those off. This is a tough black back cover. You always get spine ticks on that spine. You always get like, you know, unremovable fingerprints on it. I remember when I sent it in, I actually put a post-it note. I said, I was getting fingerprints on it even with wearing gloves, which makes you wonder, why are you holding it now without any gloves or nothing? Well, my hands feel dry. That's why. So get off my back. All right. But it's pretty, guys. This is a really nice copy. And I just love it when, I guess that's another tip for the day, is don't always take eBay sellers' word for it when they grade something. That can go in both directions. Obviously, you don't want to, you know, take their word for it that it's like a 9.8. You know what I mean? Like that's, if it's a raw and they're saying it's mint, it's probably not mint. But you also don't always want to take their word for it that it's as low as they say it is. I've seen a lot of eBay sellers that will not grade anything above a VF near mint, just out of being conservative, which I think is a terrible business policy because the difference between a 9.0 and a 9.8 is literally exponential, you know? So that's a terrible idea to do that, but there are people who are like, I'm not a professional grader. I won't grade anything above VF near mint. So oftentimes when I see a VF near mint on a listing, I'll actually message them and say, hey, just wondering, like, what are the defects? You know, and they'll say, oh, it's really perfect. I just grade everything VF near mint or worse. I'm like, great, bye. Tip for it, word to the wise. All right, this one, I think I'm going to open it. I think this is not my book. This probably shouldn't be opening it. Because I'm not even going to say who it's from or who it's for, okay? It's from a friend to a friend. One friend bought it from another friend. They want me to press it and submit it to them. Present company excluded. Yes, indeed, Davey. Oh, because that's because people that buy on eBay are psycho. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'll include myself in that company. I am psycho to some large extent. So I'm not gonna like out whoever packaged this. I'm a little worried because it's shaking in the package a little bit. We never like that. And this is supposed to be a 9.8 candidate book. I'm so nervous, guys. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I think it survived. I think it's okay. It was sent by a not very experienced shipper, and I think it survived. So it had a Gemini. It was just floating in there. So you never like that. It wasn't tied down to anything. There was no cardboard affixed to the surface. This is a Chew #1 first print, guys. So This is a pretty rare book. Should be a 9.8 candidate. That's how it was sold. That's what it was sold as to my friend, and I sort of helped broker the deal in a way. So I'm very relieved that this is here and apparently not damaged. I'll go through the fine-tooth comb on that a little later. What's up, ME Comics? What's going on? Thanks for joining. We're about to open the CBCS box. Brian, Daniel, we've all bought off eBay. That's right. I mean, it's kind of like guilty pleasure, right? It's not my favorite place to buy by any means, but it's the world's biggest marketplace, don't you know? So you can't be avoided at a certain point. Brian says, just got a Alex Ross first illustration Terminator from Mercari. Yeah, Mercari is a total crapshoot. Mercari's a good second choice if like some spec bomb is dropped and all the eBay copies are gone. Mercari might still have a few copies, but it's way more of a crapshoot in terms of the shipping and all that stuff. So I totally agree with that. You guys want to see what my anonymous buddy gave me for consignment? Or do you want to open up the CBCS, which fell behind the table? I'm going to go get the CBCS. But you let me know, guys. Do you want to see the consignment books or the CBCS books? In the chat. What was this? Oh, okay, this one is... This one, guys, is a return to... See, here's my scud right here. 9.6. This one is a return to sender that's returned to me twice from 2 different addresses. Not super psyched with that person for giving me 2 bad addresses, but try to get to the bottom of it. Brian wants to see both. All right, Emmy, catch it on the rewind. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Let's take a look at the CBCS. And then if you guys want to stick around, you can see the consignment books, which will be a fun surprise for me as well. Guys, I will let you know. I have a lot of graded books coming back in the next... Well, I'm going to get, I think, 45 CGC books coming back in tomorrow. Many of which are my friend Johnny's. 36 of them are Johnny's. And then I've got like something like 15 of my own or something. So almost all the books that are mine from that order, I haven't looked at the grades. It's killing me not to look, but I want to do them on camera because I think that's the most fun way. Right? Right, Davey? Dave's trying to encourage me to show some restraint and to let myself be surprised by the grades. Johnny couldn't wait. Johnny already knows all his grades, but I'll still show you what he got tomorrow. So guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to me, like this video, and turn on the notification bell because I oftentimes go live at random times because it's like I want to make content on here, but I don't have a predictable enough schedule yet to sort of, you know, let you know when they're coming out and all that stuff. I'd rather just go live, and then the going live is a surprise too. Surprise! So you got to hit that notification bell so you know, so you can catch me live and be surprised with me. That's all to say, I'm not surprised by these books because I've already looked at them. CBCS makes it harder to be surprised because when you look at your account dashboard, it's like all the books that are shipped are all like there to see in like a big list. So it takes a little more effort to not be surprised by CBCS. But CGC is just a matter of willpower. You have to actually click on the thing on the order in order to see the grades. And I have so far mostly done that. I think I spoiled like 2 books by accident, but hey, TK's here. What's up, TK? Good to see you. So just 3 books from CBCS here, guys. I mean, the last submission that I sent out was a little bit all over the place because I was sort of, you know, I had a few 9.6 pre-screen books that I wanted to send to CBCS, a few 9.8 books, and they kind of like got subdivided in such a way. So basically, I pressed my own books, so I wanted to send out everything I'd already pressed. usually I submit way more than just 3 books in a certain tier. But in this case, it's like, well, I'm not going to sort of max out the shipping benefit on this, but I'm just going to get these out the door. I'd rather have like more submissions kind of working off in the background than fewer. And then just sort of, I just enjoy getting graded submissions back, it's one of the most fun parts of the hobby for me. So the more times I can sort of like open graded packages and like get pumped, the better. So that's why I sent off these lonely 3 books to be graded. They're giving me a lot of trouble to open right now. So for whatever reason, these books I chose to be 9.6 pre-screen. Now, one of the advantages of, got 7 people watching. That's great, guys. Thanks. One of the advantages of CBCS pre-screen is that you don't need the 25 book minimum that you do with CGC, right? So with CGC, if you want to do a 9.6 pre-screen, you have to have 25 books in a 9.6 pre-screen, all the same grade, 25 books, no more, no less. You can do more, but it's going to come back in a separate order anyway. So you don't have to do that with CBCS. In fact, you can mix and match. You can do, I want these 3 to be 9.6, these 3 to be 9.8, these 4 to be 9.0. You can totally mix it all around the board. They don't care. They don't charge you for rejects either, unless I believe there's a threshold of like a 70% rate of success. So if you're just like, if you submit 25 books 9.8 pre-screen and only 10 of them come back 9.8, you're going to get charged for all those rejects. But if you whatever got 70% or more passed, you don't pay for the rejects at all. In this case, all 3 of these books passed 9.6, and these came back Mikey. These probably came back. Shit. I'm fast tracking everything, by the way, guys. There's no option anymore to not fast track, because it is going to take 10 plus months. I don't know anybody that wants to have their books out there for 10 months, let alone a year or more. So yeah, these came back within a month, probably, Mike. Like, yeah, 3-4 weeks, something like that. I paid up for them, but them's the breaks. So this one, guys, we know these are going to be 9.6 or better, but we don't know if we're going to get 9.8. So this one was just like one of those nice sort of copper books. That's a gimmick cover. That's an anniversary issue. That is a newsstand. And I just figured, yeah, it's really nice. I think it's going to be 9.6 or 9.8, and it's worth it to me if it gets a 9.6 or better. And it got a 9.6. So hoping for the 9.8, but I'll take it in a 9.6. It's just a cool anniversary cover in a newsstand. Shiny. That's Hulk 393. Super random. They did an anniversary on 393. I guess it was a 30th anniversary issue. So there's that. This one. Okay, this one is Secret Wars 7. This is the first appearance of Julia Carpenter as Spider-Woman. Later becomes Madam Web. And again, this is a direct edition. I just figured it would be nice to have a 9.6 or better. It got a 9.6. So there's that. And then the last but not least. Oh, I got a reject in here. So it was a 4-book submission. Let's see what my reject was. My 9.6 reject, of course. Yeah, I can see how it got rejected. CGC probably would have passed it. Heir to the Empire #1 was rejected. It just has this, like this book is known for, or often has. It has this like white on the edge of the spine like that. And I just felt like, I thought it could go either way, because it's like a known defect to just have that sort of rough edge on the spine. It kind of almost like splits the paper. But I think it was just a little too extreme on this copy. So it didn't make the 9.6. Oh well, I'll probably try it again. Maybe I'll keep it raw. We'll see. But that was my reject from this 4-book submission. And here is the last one, guys. Last but not least, X Factor 6, first appearance of Apocalypse. It's going to be 9.6 or better. And we got a 9.8 on the X Factor 6. Shout out to Chrissy, Queen of Variants, on Instagram, who sold me this book raw. And I remember we went through a lot of pictures. She showed me a lot of close-ups of the book and any, potential defects. I think there were some non-color breaking ticks, and they did come out nicely. The corners are super sharp. It's just a gorgeous copy. There was some stuff to clean on the back that I cleaned off, and it's just a beautiful first appearance of Apocalypse in a 9.8. Now, this is a book that is probably down right now, but I feel like has a lot of potential in the future. I might hold it. I might sell it. If you're interested, hit me up. I don't know. I feel like it's going for roughly 500 or so in a 9.8, so probably be somewhere in that range for selling it, but I'd probably be wiser to hold it. But if you do want it, hit me up over on Instagram. Comics Sales. Those were my 4 graded books. How do you guys think I did? All right, here is the commission books, rather the consignment books. Kind of the same thing. By the way, speaking of Arthur Harrow, tonight is Moon Knight night, and nobody's bought this yet. I might do this as a claim sale, but this is a limited Moon Knight package. Thank you, TK. This is a collector's set, Moon Knight and Punisher, sealed. And it includes the first appearance of his brother. I think it's Steven Spector? Or no, someone else Spector. And Shadow Knight and so forth. Punisher team up, all that stuff. So it's a 4-book set limited to... It's funny how in the 90s, limited to 50,000 seemed like a small number. And now it's like anything over 3,000 is like massively overprinted if it's trying to be limited. You know what I mean? 50,000 was the standard of low printing back in the 90s. I just find that amusing. However, I bet it is very limited to be sealed because you don't find any on eBay. Can't find them. So if you're interested in that one, hit me up on the old Instagram as well. All right. Now, I'm not going to say the name of the person who is consigning these books through me, because I don't know if he, wants that or not. He's a new consigner. This is the first time he's sending me stuff. So, I do offer that if anyone's trying to sell their books, especially if they're keys, and would be attractive pretty much only if they're keys. If they would sort of add value to the auction. I do a weekly auction every Thursday night on Instagram. I would gladly take your books to sell. If you're trying to move them, you don't feel like you have a good channel to move them all at once, or not as confident sort of doing the live sale thing, I can take them off your hands and turn them into money sooner or later. No guarantee what they go for. Oftentimes they're just auctions or whatever, but we see what they go for, and then we can split the proceeds. So that's the deal that I have with this new consignment friend. He's been a customer for a while, so this is the first time, like I said, he's selling anything through me. Looks like I've got a few slabs and a nice little chunk of raws here. So let's check out. I mean, the good news is, guys, all this stuff, it will be available at my sale. So this is a little bit like a preview. I don't know that it's all going to go up this week, but it will all be for sale sooner or later. Unless I guess I could buy something from him to keep, but that rarely happens unless it's like, oh my God, I've been looking for that thing and blah, blah, blah. I'm not in a real buying mode right now myself. I'm trying to, guys, my girlfriend and I might go to Italy this summer. If anyone's been to Italy and has any travel tips, I'm all ears. I'm so excited, and I'm in definitely like a saving mode for that. So let me know your thoughts on Italy. and whether or not you can hunt comics there, because I really would like to do that. I know Italy is one of the places that. All right, TK, let's see. Italy's one of the, major sort of. Yeah, Mikey's been to Italy. TK, Italy. It's not confirmed yet. I don't. This is spec news right now. Spec news on the Italian vacation. Just a hot, insider tip. It's not confirmed. But hoping that it'll work out. All right. So yeah, but I know that there are a lot of Italian, people collect Italian comics, and I would love to also know any foreign collectors out there. Any foreign collectors out there who are who specialize in Italian books, or if you're looking for anything out there that I can keep an eye out for. If there are any certain cities in Italy that are better for comics than others, I'd love to know any of that stuff. Because I will center my entire vacation around that, if my girlfriend allows it. All right. Here is a nice chunk of books. I'm just trying to free it up from the painter's tape here. See what we got coming down the pipe in the old comic auctions, shall we? All right. We got. Oh, it looks like we got some grades on stuff. Even better. Very nice. He's put some grades on things. I encourage that because it saves me some time. I usually don't let it be the be-all, end-all. I'll give it another look, but even just a rough ballpark is a good starting point. You know what I mean? Darth Maul #1. He's saying near mint minus. Let's see, where am I putting these things? Put them over here. Arthur. A Punchline, Batman 92, 125. A High Republic 1. It says a little color rub on the back. That's cover A, first print. A Old Man Logan, near mint. That's a 66, I believe, Wolverine. Star Wars Episode 1, photo variants. Here is 1, 2, and 4. Nice timing for the Obi-Wan series coming up, and May the 4th be with us all. This one he thinks is a 9/8 candidate, the Darth Maul. Issue 3. Right. We have a first Psylocke newsstand in Mutants Annual 2. We have a Teen Titans 44 first Nightwing. He's saying VF needs a press and clean. So potentially, guys, if you're watching this and you need any of these books, you could again hit me up on Comic Sales. None of this is an official preview, so it is technically open to sniping. If you want to just make work out a price in advance for something, you can take these right off the table. This looks like a 9/8 candidate Moon Knight #1. That's a John Tyler Christopher negative. Got a signed Lethal Protector 1 by Sam De La Rosa. It's pretty cool. He's saying it's about a VF near mint. So, like I said, I encouraged him to provide grades, but I will double check him because sometimes, people's grading standards are different, so I want to see how closely his grades calibrate to mine. If I start gaining more trust and, oh, wow, like I totally see where each of these grades is coming from and they all work for me, then, then I might not have to double check every little thing, but I will for the first little while. Nice little set there of the Gleasons. The the Gleason Webheads. We've got a Venom signed by Greg Horney. That's a gold signature Greg Horn, Venom 25, COA included. Here we have an X-Men 88. Nice Frankenstein X-Men book with a date stamp on the X. And he's saying around a 4.0 on that. Nice book. Dave, you're a bad influence on me, and I love it. Oh, we've got a kitty? No? A kitty cat? I'm just imagining things. Bubble wrap. Teen Titans 12. Is that a key? Is that looks like... Isn't that supposed to be the... What's going on with this? I feel like that should be the dark... the Batman Who Laughs or something, but it's not the cover that I know. I don't get it. Omega Red. We got a Thor set in like a 9/8 candidate range, issues 1 through 5 of the Donny Cates run. 1 through 5, including First Black Winter, blah, blah, blah. Pretty cool. A couple of Golden Age looking things. We got Detective Comics. Ooh, Dinosaur. See, here's the kind of thing I might buy from him. I collect dino covers. I could buy that. We'll see how expensive it is, but he says it's around a 2.0. It's Detective 255. So unless one of you vultures buys it off me, and maybe I'll add it to my dino collection. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And Star Spangled Comics number... That's something about Robin the Boy Wonder, but it looks like sort of an Indian adventure story. I can't tell what the issue... Oh, number 98. Star Spangled 98. And last but not least, a Batman 423. It's not last, but it's last in that stack. This is a first print. Does have a bunch of spine ticks, but it is a cool first print, first Todd on Batman. Haven't had that to sell in a while. I don't have one in the collection, so that'll be cool to offer. Maybe in the next auction. Now, here's a set of Raws that he gave me. And it looks like it's a complete... Oh, I don't know if it's a set or if it's just another stack of books. Let's see. Oh, yeah. By the way, back to that First Apocalypse. Shout out to Chrissy, Queen of Variants. Give her a follow on Instagram. Thanks again, my queen. Mahalo for offering me another really minty raw book that I did really well with on grading and for a very reasonable price. So, you know, trust Chrissy when she's putting up the near mint plus stuff. I get the sense she doesn't do a ton of grading herself. So if you are a grader or someone interested in that high grade stuff, a lot of her raw stuff comes out, you know, really nice when you press and grade it. I did the same with her copy of, is it up there? Not right now. Of Ghost Spider 2, the Peach Momoko. I also got a 9.8 in that when I bought that off her. So I've had really great success with books I bought from Chrissy, Queen of Variants. Much love to her. So this looks like it's sort of a low grade kind of DC. I sort of like he showed me a bunch of the books that he was sending to me, and after what, you know, I didn't want to be too picky because he was giving me enough kind of red meat, so to speak, that I didn't mind taking this stuff, even though it's not my favorite kind of stuff to sell. And luckily he did put grades on it all. So I probably, you know, at least I know that they're attached and complete. I don't have to count pages, you know what I mean? And they're all in decent bags and boards. I don't need to rebag and board stuff. That's the most time consuming stuff, when people give me older things that I need to count pages, recondition them in new bags and boards, all that stuff. So shout out to this new seller friend for the cool books. A few slabs he gave me as well. We'll check out last, and that will do it for our video. But yeah, I was sort of like, yeah, I want all keys. But then, you know, when he showed me the full assortment of stuff, I'm like, I can deal with some non-key stuff that it won't move as easily, but it's kind of worth taking the whole lot on and getting it out of his hair. So that should work out just fine. And let's see what slabs he gave me to sell. Looks like I've got 2 slabs here. And they are as follows. A Peach Momoko, Star Wars Adventures Clone Wars #1, 9.6. That's the Virgin Yoda Peach cover from Frankie's in a 9.6. That's pretty dope. And finally, last book of the mail call, guys. Nice one to finish up on. We got a Hulk 344 in a 4.5 white pages. So lower grade. This should be more affordable if you're trying to get a Hulk 340 in your collection. I'd probably do this as an auction. Start it really low, just see where it goes. I don't even know if GPA is useful for a thing like this. It's a modern book in a lower grade. However, I'm sure someone wants to own it. It presents really nice. I think it just got knocked for grade. Oh, it looks like it wasn't pressed even. Probably could grade bump. Yeah, definitely could grade bump. I don't know if it'd be worth it, but this is the part that's not pressable. The break's over there. And then the back cover has some other things like color break over here and by the staples over here. That kind of stuff. Still, nice book. I feel like it could probably get like a 6 with the press if one were so inclined. But it presents great. And that's it, guys. That's everything for my mail call. So we got our Chew first print that goes to a friend of mine. I'm going to press it for him and submit it for him. We got my Scud 1. Super psyched about another kind of essentially 9698 candidate in my favorite indie book ever, Scud the Disposable Assassin #1. We got that Dable Lumpop first appearance in a second print, Jabba #1. Jabba. And and we got the Friendly Neighborhood high grade set that is really making me tempted to do some fast track turnaround and get that shit graded, because I bet there just aren't that many nice copies out there. And if that thing ends up happening with Bad Bunny, etc., could be kind of nice to have graded. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. All my people who tuned in live, I really appreciate it on the short notice. Johnny, Davey, Mikey, you guys rule. TK, everybody else who stopped in, ME, really appreciate you guys. Brian, and we will see you on the next one. I might go live tomorrow with a big CGC unboxing. That will be a surprise. I have like 15 custom label. Most of them are Miles Morales books coming back, including the Spider-Verse 6. That is like the hottest book on the planet right now for some reason. I have that hopefully coming back in a 9.8 with a custom label. And I don't know what the grade is. So tune in tomorrow. At some point, I will be going live to unbox more fire. Lava fire. Thank you guys so much. See you on the next one. Peace.